Good morning. Distinguished Sergei Shoigu, distinguished heads of the delegation, participants. It's my pleasure to welcome you here in Moscow to the 6th Conference on International Security. It has become a good tradition to hold such meetings at such a level. The agenda of today's forum includes a broad range of various aspects concerning the relevant threats of the present time, and the main threat here is certainly international terrorism. The evil is extraterritorial and requires a collective response. Terrorist ranks is filled up with the people from many countries. In various regions of the world, new bulkheads of ISIS and other international terrorist organizations are being established. So under the circumstances, it's especially relevant to establish collaboration between law enforcement ministries concerning the migration of international terrorists. It is also the information sharing on the methods of their activities and specific individuals. And the international data bank of the Russian Federal Security Agency gives us a good opportunity for that. It's important not to turn the combating of the threat into a pretext on the pressure of sovereign countries, as we can see in some regions of the world. And more so, no military interference is allowable which fight terrorism. Under the circumstances, we need more efficient coordination in the framework of the United Nations and other international institutions. And also we need some decisive countering to the attempts of the sanction to remove them from the sanctions regime of the UN. Dear participants, international terrorism is closely intertwined with the transnational, cross-national, multinational criminal world, drug trafficking in the first place, which finance the terrorists. And I can speak of Afghan origin heroin and new psychotropic agents, and the spread of such agents has increased greatly. We need to start developing efficient machinery in order to put all those drug traffickers under the international and national control and ensure the inclusion of the countries in the attempts to counter the actions to undermine international efforts to control drug trafficking. Dear colleagues, the acts of information aggression pose a special danger and threat on the part of some countries. Rigging of facts has become the business card of those who, based on rigged information, try to really attack national sovereignty and territorial integrity of some countries. Same countries try to preserve their unilateral advantages at any cost, and they oppose any efforts to establish the system of global international security, information security under UN aegis. In the framework of this system, national interests of all the countries can be accounted for. There is a necessity to ensure the equal rights of all the states in this area and establish a legal regime in order to prevent any conflicts in the information space, and also to develop some universal rules of the responsible behavior of some states under the UN auspices. Some international institutions also deal with cyber defense, such as NATO, but the difference is that NATO is trying to secure cyber protection only for some countries which are the NATO member states, while Russia stands for equal security of all the states. Dear participants to the conference, there is no doubt that there are some other international challenges that require our continuous attention. We are concerned with the situation in Ukraine, and tens of dozens of peaceful citizens are killed there. We cannot underestimate the problem of the Korean Peninsula, and the parties provoked from outside are at the brink of war. New lines of division are visible in the Asia-Pacific region, and the conflicts in the Middle East and North Africa are still raging. The situation in Afghanistan remains to be quite complex, and Russia is interested in political and diplomatic settlement of all those problems. And I believe that the conference will help us to see the root causes of those conflicts and will boost international security. I wish fruitful and constructive discussion to all the participants. Dear colleagues, today I am authorized a very honorable mission to read out a welcome address to the participants of the conference by President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin. To the participants and guests of the 6th Moscow International Security Conference, I would like to welcome you to the 6th AMCIS conference, which is held under the auspices of the Russian Defense Ministry. A busy agenda and competent participants representing defense establishments, international institutions, research and political analyst communities have become a landmark of traditionally rich in practical content conference and meetings. The agenda of the current conference contains topics requiring serious, balanced and consolidated approaches. In the first place, it is combating terrorism, which poses the main threat to global and regional security and stability. Also, it is aspects of political and diplomatic settlement of multiple conflicts, in the first instance in the Middle East and North Africa. Ways to address other, not less important challenges of the time certainly deserve special attention too. I'm confident that open and constructive discussions to be held at the forum will serve a good opportunity for the participants to share accumulated experience and extend professional contacts. This direct and fruitful dialogue that strengthens partnership is a top priority today. I wish you every success in your work. President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin.